and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday, the 25th of November 2025. In today's Mill news, we will start off with this. Advance notice for you. Mill to mark Memorial Day 2026 against Sheffield United. If you don't know what this is, it is a game where before the game they memorialise fans that have passed away, or people that are connected to fans that have passed away the previous year. So this is happening at the end of January. Mill hosts Sheffield United in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday the 31st of January. Kick-off at 3 p.m. and the match will see the club hold its annual Memorial Day. The day will see the Lions honour all supporters sadly lost in 2025 by way of a minute's applause as their names are shown on the stadium's big screen before the action gets underway. The list of names will also be available to view in Mill's online digital match pack and on the Lions official X account at Mill FC on the day. If you have a Mill supporting friend or relative who sadly passed away in 2025, the club want to hear from you. Please send your loved one's name by email, obviously make sure you spell it right, clearly marking the subject line as Memorial Day, to mfcmemorial@millfc.co.uk by Friday the 16th of January. Tickets for this fixture are going to be on sale soon. So again, MFC, that's all capitals. Memorial, the M, or the first M of Memorial is a capital. Memorial@millfc.co.uk by Friday the 16th. So what's that? Just under 2 months. So there you go. Moving on to this. More advanced notice. Preston North End versus Millwall selective international broadcast. Why? For some reason. So, Millwall Sky Bet Championship trip to Preston North End has been selected for international broadcast. The visit to Deepdale will now be shown overseas with no change to the scheduled date, Saturday the 28th of February, or kick-off time 3 p.m. This move will affect the ability to stream the match on Mill TV, with passes unavailable in many locations, and season ticket. If you have the Mill TV season ticket where you've got all of the games, this is a game that you may lose if it's depending on what country you're in. Full details will be confirmed as soon as possible ahead of match day. Well, obviously, you can see it right there. It's 94 days, 16 hours, 42 minutes, and 9 seconds into the future. But, at least they've told us. So, there you go. Moving on to this from the southernnews.co.uk. It's the loan roundup from the last weekend. Successful weekend for both Mill loanees. Adam Mayer helped Cambridge United get back to winning ways on Saturday as Neil Harris's side beat Barrow AFC 2-0 away from home. That's a long way to go. Decent win, The U's headed into the tie without winning 3, but a brace from Pelly Ruddock Mpanzu secured all 3 points. Mayer, 20, played 92 minutes in the match. His 11th league appearance for Cambridge. He has scored 3 goals since joining them on loan on deadline day. The U's are now 10th in League 2, 1 point off Gillingham in 7th. Millwall's other loanee, George Evans, also contributed to a win this weekend. Evans, 20, started in goal as Hartlepool United beat Eastleigh 2-0 in Hampshire, extending their unbeaten run to 6. Second half goals from Cameron John and Nathan Sharon gave the Pools the win, with Evans making a late save to keep out Harvey Saunders' close range effort and preserve the clean sheet. Evans joined Hartlepool on an initial 28-day loan in early October before extending his loan to January the 4th earlier this month. The goalkeeper's made 7 league appearances at the Bulls, keeping 3 clean sheets. Hartlepool are currently 8th in the National League, 5 points off Southend United in 7th. And I believe when he went there on loan, it was Simon Grayson who was the manager. He drew in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, and I think they lost the replay. but he got sacked just for drawing in the fourth qualifying round. But I think they did. That was against a team that was about 3 leagues below them. So yeah, and now I believe the caretaker manager is still there, and he's the one who's doing this. What is it? Unbeaten run 6. That's under the caretaker manager. So you do wonder, are they going to give him the job, or what are you going to do? But I don't know. Now, obviously, told you about this yesterday. All this week, Blue Friday, Mill deals. They're giving you some deals just because of this Black Friday, Blue Friday thing. So take advantage of commercial and hospitality deals today with Blue Friday. It's time for another Blue Friday deal! From 9 a.m. on Tuesday the 25th of November, that's today, until midnight on Friday the 28th of November, Lions fans can take advantage of discounts on hospitality in the dens, brand new lounges, as well as money off mascot packages for 2 December fixtures. Millwall host Bristol City in SC16 on Monday the 29th of December, and courtesy of Blue Friday, you can enjoy 15% off the number 11 or the Club 1885 lounges, which is quite a sum, because it's a bit expensive to go in them. So 15% off. Happy Christmas, Christmas present for someone. Why not? While Stockety's seasonal members can upgrade to number 11 or Club 1885 and receive 10% off. Furthermore, savings of £100 can be made on mascot packages for the visit of Hull City on Saturday the 13th of December, as well as the Bristol City match. Mascot package versus Hull City was £400. What? That's a lot of money. Now 300. Yeah, well that's how it works. Saving 100. Yeah. And the mascot package versus Bristol City was 350. Now 250, saving £100. But do be aware the above offers cannot be redeemed online. You have to call 0207 740 0501 or email commercialsales@millfc.co.uk to claim your discount. You cannot do it online. If you do it online, it's going to be the full price. Because doesn't it go through... Is it Ticketmaster who run the site now? They run the back end, I think. So they'll probably get a cut of that. So obviously, if you buy it, you have to buy it direct from Millwall. As most things, if you buy it direct from these companies, they can give you the discount. Whereas if you buy it through the people that they use to sell things, they can't really give you the discount because they have to cut in the company that they're using. So there you go. This is today's deals. Now, talking about this. Donate a coat for Crisis UK. This is from millfc.co.uk, the club's official website. Millwall Community Trust is asking supporters and residents of the local community to donate a coat this Christmas for Crisis. As temperatures plunge this winter, life gets harder for people living on the streets and for those living below the poverty line who are pushed into the position of choosing whether to heat or eat, and that's where a coat donation can help. Yeah, I mean, it's all well and good. It's a fantastic thing, but yeah, I've got to say it. When you see all of these boat people that just turn up on the shores of Dover, and they get they get everything handed to them, hotels, money, vapes, food, all of this stuff. You realise that there doesn't need to be a single homeless person on the streets at all. They could have done this all along for homeless people, and they choose not to do it. They chose not to do it. They're spending billions and billions and billions on these boat people, and they're not doing jack fucking shit for homeless people. Now here's the thing: a lot of homeless people, especially in London, they're not, they're foreign as well. They're people come here, they've got, they came here, they thought that it was, could be a great life for them. They could get a job and do this, do that, and they come up and stuck. A lot of them are foreign as well. But, for some reason, money can be found for these boat people that are coming in from France, and not a single fucking penny. And, you've got charities like Crisis are asking me and you to give them coats. But, there you go. The cost of living crisis is hitting household incomes is likely to push more people into poverty. We'll wait till tomorrow's budget. While a surge in energy bills behind the issue may make it harder than ever to keep warm this winter. When the coats are donated to Millwall Community Trust, the Trust will then donate them to Crisis UK. Please drop off your coat to the Millwall Community Trust Lion Centre if you wish to donate. And obviously check the opening hours for that. Obviously, if you're going to a game, it is open before the game. So, there you go. Now, today, Tuesday, there were games in the Championship. Did you see? Yes, a midweek game. The top two played each other. But these are the results from tonight's fixtures. Hull 0, Ipswich 2. Middlesbrough 2, Coventry 4. Stoke 3, Charlton 0. Swansea 1, Derby 2. Watford 1, Preston 1. Norwich 1, Oxford 1. Southampton 3, Leicester 0. Yeah, Southampton they've had a right kick up the bum. They got a decent manager in now, rather than the flavour of the month from Belgium. They've got an actual real manager in, and he's turned them around just in time for us to play them on Saturday. Great. These are the games that are happening tomorrow. Obviously, Millwall versus Sheffield Wednesday, which we're going to preview in a moment. Wrexham versus Bristol City, Sheffield United at home to Portsmouth, Blackburn versus Queen's Park Rangers, and West Brom at home to Birmingham. Ooh, a local derby. That's nice. So, let's have a look at the table then. What's happened? How did we do? We slipped 2 places. As a result of the fixtures today and the results from those games, we have dropped 2 places from 7th to 9th. If yes, I said it, if we win tomorrow night, we will go up to 4th. Or we could go up to 4th, obviously. For some reason, Ipswich are missing a game. Who else is playing above us? Bristol City. Just Bristol City. So if we win, depending on the result Bristol City get, they're away to Wrexham. We could go up to 4th or 5th. So there you go. And, you win, and all your problems go away. All the moaners stop moaning, and everything's fantastic. And we need a win because we are on a 4-game winless run. A winless run of 4 games. A draw, a defeat, a draw, and a defeat. Oh dear. Middlesbrough, after their defeat today, have dropped down to 3rd. There's a 10-point gap now. A 10-point gap between Coventry and 2nd place and 3rd place. Those 2 teams have 30 points. So, wow, a 10-point gap. I think Coventry will be winning the league, don't you? Or almost certainly getting promoted. I mean, didn't Sheffield United have a massive similar lead last season? And they didn't end up finishing the top 2, so, there's still a long way to go. There is, so we'll see how that works out. Obviously, this table isn't up to date because this is a betting site. It's stats for betting, so you want to know what teams have actually done rather than -12 doesn't help you on the thing, does it? So Sheffield Wednesday won 1 game, drawn 5. There you go. Let's start previewing the game tomorrow then. That game at home to Sheffield Wednesday, the team that's at the bottom of the table, the team that will be getting relegated at the end of the season, no doubts about that. The team that is in administration, the team that has been given -12 points, and the team that is looking at signing Duncan Watmore. Can you believe that? Yeah. So this is from southernnews.co.uk. It's a piece from the pre-match interview that the manager gave. I hope so. Millwall boss aiming to get back on track against Sheffield Wednesday. Alex Neil hopes Millwall can get back on track at home against Sheffield Wednesday on Wednesday after a disappointing 3-1 loss to Portsmouth last Saturday. The Lions were soundly beaten at Fratton Park. Yeah, we know all about that. Yada yada yada. To make matters worse, Neil lost another 3 first-team players. Joe Bryan was shown a straight red card for a late challenge and will be suspended for the next 3 games. Zach Sturge suffered a concussion, ruling him out for the rest of the week, while Derek Mazusaka was forced off with a knee injury after being on the receiving end of a poor challenge. And Mill are awaiting the results of the scan, but is expected to be out for at least this week. Well, there are rumours, I don't know how true they are, that it is a torn ACL. Obviously, he was hobbling off. He didn't get stretched off, did he? No, he was hobbling off at half time. Did he walk off when he got injured, or did he get stretched off? It's something to do with his ACL though, so the rumours are 3 months. So yeah, that's not good. The loss to Pompey extended Mill's run without win to 4 games, although they are still 7th, 2 points off 3rd place at Stoke City. They will take on a Sheffield Wednesday side that is firmly rooted out at the bottom of the table with -4 points. The Owls entered administration this season. They've only won 1 game with a thin squad. They have lost 6 out of their past 8 games, including the 3-0 derby defeat to Sheffield United on Sunday. Alex Neil was asked if the game presents an opportunity to get back on track. I hope so. We've always reacted pretty well from setbacks this year, and certainly since I've been here. Today's a real disappointment, but we all had to overcome a lot of challenges. Zach getting taken off, Joe getting sent off, and then Dan Kelly having to go on left back, and having to take Alfie and Maka and other lads who haven't actually played enough game time off. I know it sounds like excuses, but I've been at this level a long time. And when you're depleted in so many different areas, you're missing your captain. It's really difficult to win games at this level. Yeah, but I mean, no, here's the thing though. The performance was absolute fucking dog shit. It was. We nicked a goal from a set piece. Why weren't we trying to get set pieces? Obviously, if you don't have enough players to play sexy attacking football, then go for the set pieces. Knock it down the thing. Get them to run down the wing to try and kick it off their players and get a corner kick, or to try to do the old, get a free kick from the referee. But we tried to play football and didn't really work. Now, EFL.com. This is where this is from. Sky Bet Championship pre-match stats. So here we go. Millwall have lost just 1 of their last 9 league games against Sheffield Wednesday, keeping 6 clean sheets in that run. So basically, in the last 9 games in the league, Millwall have won 4, drawn 4, and lost 1. That's pretty good. Sheffield Wednesday have lost 4 of their last 6 away league games against Millwall, with the exceptions being a 0-0 draw in February 2019 and a 2-0 win in February 2024. Millwall have lost 3 of their first 4 home league games this season, scoring just once and conceding 9. The Lions are now unbeaten in their last 4 at home, 1-3 drawn 1, scoring 7 goals and conceding just 1. Yeah, bit of a turnaround, eh? Now our away form's turned around, so because it was good and we've lost the last 2 in a row. Sheffield Wednesday have won just 1 of their last 11 away league games, drawing 6 and losing 4, beating Portsmouth 2-0 in September. However, the Owls have earned more points away from home, 6, than they have at Hillsborough so far this season, so they're better away from home than they are at home. Sheffield Wednesday's Jamal Lowe has scored 3 goals in his last 5 league starts against Millwall, with all of the 3 of those coming at the Den. So, reading that again, Jamal Lowe has scored 3 goals in his last 5 games against Millwall, and all of those 3 goals have come at the Den. So yeah, although I think he's kind of off the boil now, isn't he? He used to be. He's kind of like on the way out of his career, I think. That's the thing, when you have a player like that that's built on pace, really, primarily about pace. Once they get old and their pace kind of slows down a bit, it's a different game for them, really. Right, it's history. A history lesson, boys and girls. So, this is the historical record of games between Millwall and Sheffield Wednesday, sorted by Millwall at home versus Sheffield Wednesday. This is from 11v11.com. The first game, which would, in 1906, that would not have been at the Den, because we moved to the Den at New Cross in 1910. So this would have been in what? North Woolwich? Somewhere like that? Which was a different place then. It wasn't south of the river, it was north of the river, but it was North Woolwich. 1906, and we lost 3-0 because Sheffield Wednesday are historically a massive club. I think they were founding members of the league. Yeah, they won plenty of FA Cups, obviously not recently, but back in the day. But here's the thing: back in the day they were in Division 1. We weren't in Division 1. We were mostly a Division 3 team. We met them in Division 2 a lot of times. So what that would have meant is Sheffield Wednesday would have been on their, not doing too well because they would have got relegated to Division 2. And we would have been doing absolutely fantastic because we would have been promoted from Division 3 up to, or Division 3 South, whatever it was called, up to Division 2, which means we were doing well, they were doing badly. So this explains why we had such a tremendous record against them. So 1939, we win. 46 and 47, 2 draws. We don't play them for a long time because obviously they probably would have got back up to Division 1. 1971 is the next time we play them. But, he's back in Division 2, so they've come down and we've gone up. And we win. We win, we draw, we win, we win, we win, we win. We draw 3-3 in 1979 and then 1988. So that was in Division 1. We beat them in Division 1. Hey, 2 times in a row. In 88 and then 89, even though we got relegated in that season, we won 2-0. And then 1990, again, we won 4-2. 1991 in the FA Cup, we drew 4-4. What a game that was. But then, what happened? Well, the Premier League, was it 92, 93? The Premier League started. They were in the Premier League for the first season, I do know that. I don't know what happened after that. But post-Premier League era, we had a bit of a wobble. 1995, we lost in the League Cup 2-0. We lost again. We did win in 2003, but then we lose. In 2006, 2013 we lose, 2014 we draw, 2015 we lose, and back to winning ways in 2018, because I think by this time, was the guy who they just kicked out, was he in then? They would have had different owners around about here, and you can see they ain't doing too well, and we start beating them. We've gone all of these games, only one defeat since 2015. One defeat in, 6 games? And that defeat was in February 2024. Last time out, 31st of August, so at the start of the season, a 3-0 win against them. Obviously, they've got their problems, but they're fighting for their lives. The players are putting a shift in. They're still trying to sign players. They got permission to sign one more player because they complained about, they got so many injuries. And they got players going off to the African Nations Cup is it January or late January? So they've said they want to sign another player, and they've been given permission to sign one more player. So they're looking at Duncan Watmore. I don't think he's going to sign in time for the game tomorrow. He's training with them, so I don't know how that can work. I think if they sign him before 12 o'clock, he might be able to go through. I think that's how it works for an evening game. So we'll see if Duncan Watmore's playing tomorrow. That would be fun, wouldn't it? But yeah, this is a game that we mostly win, except for the 1990s, early 2000s, where we had a bit of a wobble. So, the game, you want to watch it, don't you? So, go down a den, freeze your bollocks off. Why not? 7:45, tickets are still available. But the game is on Sky Sports Plus if you are in Great Britain or the Republic of Ireland. Apparently, internationally, you can watch on Bet365. Obviously, that's not in Britain or Ireland. And obviously, Mill TV, buy a match pass. If you wherever you are in the world, you can do that. So that's the case with that. Now, moving on to this from WhoScored.com. As we just mentioned, the last 6 games. Wow. So 10 goals for Millwall, 4 goals for Sheffield Wednesday, 8 yellow cards for Millwall, 11 yellow cards for Sheffield Wednesday, 1 red card apiece, not in the same game. Last 6 games, we've won 4, drawn 1 and lost 1. And this is what the table looks like at the moment. If we expand this, I've already shown you this, obviously. So our home form, we're 12th, 4-1-3. We are on a 4-game run without a defeat at home. Away form for them. Where are they they're down here. So they've won 1, drawn 3, lost 3, scoring 9, conceding 11. And you can see, compared to the teams around them, that's pretty decent. It is at the bottom of the table, but not by much. It's 6 points. If they win, they'll be up here. So, much of a muchness, really. Let's have a look at the form at the moment. So they haven't won in 6, drawing 2, conceding 4. Those draws were 0-0 away at West Brom, and a 1-1 at home to Norwich, which, Norwich are absolute fucking dog shit at the moment. So that's probably the fact that they could only draw against them. Probably gives us a little bit of hope. Here's Millwall's form. Perfectly balanced. 2-2-2. Here is a list of Millwall's last 6 home games and Sheffield Wednesday's last 6 away games. If we start to Sheffield Wednesday, you can see they've only failed to score in one of their last 6 away games, and that was away at West Brom. So, they're giving it a go. They're not stupid. Southampton, they got a new manager. They still conceded against Sheffield Wednesday. They're scoring goals. They are scoring goals. So the defence need to be up for it. Whoever's playing. I imagine Crammer will be back to right back. Caleb Taylor's going to be in the middle. Cooper's back, and then Doughty starts at left back. But then, who do you bring on for him later on in the game? Will they have Ben Drake on the bench? Or will someone in the middle have to go over there? Don't know. Apparently, Femi Aziz is supposed to be back, so we'll see about that. Mill's lost 6 home games. Plenty of clean sheets. 4 clean sheets out of 6. In the games where we didn't keep a clean sheet, though, we lost. We lost against Coventry, we drew against Preston. So it seems if we want to win, we keep a clean sheet. And if we don't, we don't win the game. When you have things like that, that gives an impetus to the away team. As soon as they score, they got hope that they're not going to lose the game. So I think it's vital that we score the first goal tomorrow. Here's the strengths and weaknesses. So shooting from direct free kicks, they're very good at, but they're very poor at other stuff. A long old list there. Okay. Let's have a look at these match facts. So Sheffield Wednesday have been losing at both half-time and full-time in 6 of the last 8 matches in the Championship, and Sheffield Wednesday failed to win their last 10 matches. They failed to win, so they haven't won in 10 games in the Championship. Oh, God. Again, the streak is streaky. How long is the streak going to go on for? Is it going to go to 11 games? Or is it going to end tomorrow? Now, you would imagine this would be the most Millwall game to lose. But, it's... If we lose this game, I mean, it's beyond parody. It's beyond, typical Millwall. It's fucking bizarre if we lose this. Even if we don't win it, like if we draw, it'll be shooting yourself in the foot. So let's get on with them. What's the prediction? What do you think they're going to say? So this is still from WhoScored.com. This is their prediction. Look at both teams with a hell of a long list of injuries, and this isn't even all of Millwall's injuries. They probably run out of space. Yeah, they've run out of space to put them all in. So, Joe Bryan's red card ended any hopes of a Millwall comeback on Saturday afternoon as the Lions were beaten 3-1 on the road by a struggling Portsmouth side. Alex Neil's squad have dropped to 7th, or now 9th, following a 4-game winning streak, so the game has arrived at the perfect time for the hosts. Sheffield Wednesday failed to contain the attacking threat of Tyrese Campbell on Sunday as the Owls were condemned to a humiliating 3-0 Steel City Derby defeat on their own patch. Henrik Pedersen's men are now winless in 10 Championship matches heading into game week 17. Their top scorer is Barry Bannon with 3. Jamal Lowe, the guy who loves scoring at the Den, he's got 2 goals. Their highest rated player is 6.88. That's Barry Bannon. So I think you just got to mark him out of the fucking game and you should be fine, no? Do we still do that? Do we still do man marking? Probably get... who do we have to man mark? Put RBW on him. He'll man mark him. 100%. They say Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. So again, they've got Sheffield Wednesday to score. This will be the first game that we've won at home with conceding a goal, no? Like, this is not really a thing that we do. We keep a clean sheet and we win. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that. This is from sportsmold.co.uk. They've had a bit of a tidy up. They've changed their formatting. Fair play, applause all round. 256. That's a pre-game photograph there. Both aiming to bounce back from defeats of the weekend in their fights at opposite ends of the Championship table. Millwall and Sheffield Wednesday will square off at the Den on Wednesday. The hosts dropped out of the playoff spots following an away loss on Saturday, while their visits fell short in their Sunday's Steel City Derby. Millwall return to action on Wednesday, aiming to move back into the Championship top 6, having suffered a setback in their first game after the November international break last time out. Well, yeah, we could move up to 4th if we win tomorrow. Alex Neil's side headed into final break of 2025 in 6th spot, having managed 25 points from the first 15 outings, courtesy of 7 victories alongside 4 defeats, albeit having failed to win any of the last 3 of those. A trip to Portsmouth then followed on Saturday, and the Lions left empty-handed, having fallen 2-0 down and half the deficit through Mihailo Vanovic after Joe Bryan's red card, only for a Tristan Kramer own goal to put the game out of sight in the dying minutes. No, that's not right. The Kramer was the second goal. The third goal was was it Johnny Williams or some fucker called Williams, was it? In their return to the Den, the London Halfords home form has been somewhat of a cause for concern this term, with no side outside of the Championship's bottom 10 picking up fewer than 12 points. Neil's men have picked up in 8 games. What? I'm going to have to stop reading this because it doesn't make any sense. Okay, yada yada yada, etc, etc, etc. And they say Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Even with a squad badly hit by injuries and in a somewhat of a slump, Millwall should have enough to get past the Sheffield Wednesday side with less quality and depth at the Den. The Howls have fought bravely against the odds for large parts of the season so far, but we anticipate them falling short in a tough midweek trip on the back of a demanding and unsuccessful Steel City derby. We should. This is a game that we should be winning. And if we had our full team out, this is a game we should be winning. I should say 4-0, but we don't. So that's a worry. You're putting up a patched out team. Half injured players coming back. What are we going to do? I should say things I want to see. I want to see a clean sheet. I don't want to see any more fucking injuries, and certainly not another red card. And I want to see at least 2 goals. So, on that note, I should say I want to see 2-0. And I think, given our problems, 2-0, if we, score in the first half, come out in the second half, if they ever go in the start of the second half, we deal with that. We put them under wraps, and then we nick the second goal, and we're just having the time of our lives at the end, and they're probably just going to shut up shop and take the 2-0 defeat, probably try and nick a goal from a set piece or something. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see anything other than that. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? We haven't won in 4, and there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. But if Femi's back, if Femi is back, whether that's off the bench, well, we'll see what he can do. But I'm gonna say 2-0. I think we will win 2-0. Which will be good. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.